Hello everyone, this is Nicole Ali and I am back with another video. This article was sent to me and I'm going to keep them anonymous. It was published January 1st. Happy New Year to everybody if I haven't told you so. Happy New Year. I hope it's going to be a productive new year for you. But I wanted to talk about this subject because it could affect us as Black people. And it's in Texas. It's a county that just swore in 17 Black women as judges. And it may not seem like much of an issue, but I think it is because it does affect us. And it's also something that's troubling because they will put us as Black women in positions of power, but then not really acknowledge our men. That's problematic because you have us as a soft target in a false sense of security and power that, yes, we may have earned in the standard society, education-wise and career-wise. But what are their focus? What's their focus? And what are these ladies as judges being elected officials? What are their motivations and what are their goals as judges on the bench? What are their backgrounds? So even though it's a large group of Black women who have been elected and sworn in Texas, Harris County to be specific, it's also important to recognize that we still have to be somewhat skeptical because people get these positions for a reason, and depending on who funds them and who promotes their campaigns, all of that can determine how they act on the bench, or could have determined how they acted before they were even selected to be elected. And so I'm going to come down some more. They have a video there. I'm not going to play that video. I'm going to come down because they talk about how this new year was brought in with the swearing in of these new elected officials in Harris County. There's a link where you can go in blue right there, right here, this link. And that link will talk about each and every judge that was sworn in, these 17 Black female judges. There were a lot of other elected officials, but they focused on this quote unquote Black girl magic in Texas. We already understand that in Texas it has a very long history of racism. We just saw a little piece of that last year with Amber Geiger, her murdering of Botham Jean in his own apartment. That was in Texas. I would think that was Dallas, Texas. Houston and Dallas are not that far away from each other, maybe 4 hours or so. Houston, Texas, which is located in Harris County, is also, if you watch First 48, one of the primary places where the Harris County Sheriff's Department resides. And one of the detectives on that show of the Harris County Sheriff's Department was involved with a police officer's mistress or a man's mistress or something, who was the witness of a murder, of a crime. So he since has lost his job. There are other issues and scandals within Harris County as far as their budget, misappropriation of funds. And I know I'm just preaching to the choir with this type of thing. We already know the corruption and the vandalism of justice that occurs every day. My point is, if it's still occurring and you have 17 Black female judges on the bench, what is their true purpose? If it's not being, these types of things aren't being changed. Basically, how many people does it take to change a light bulb? Because you would think someone at that position would have the power to speak out against certain injustices, for instance. And if they don't, okay, that's fine. But that should also change your perspective on how you are putting faith in elected officials and why you're putting faith in these elected officials. Now, this is the image of the swearing in ceremony that occurred on January 1st. Excuse me, they had a packed house celebrating the swearing in of judges. And you had to get, I think there were tickets they had on their website to go and see this. So this is for the most part how a lot of people spent their New Year's Day, seeing all these people being sworn in. And they go down some more. As you can see, according to the most recent census data, they have it linked there, 43% of people in Harris County are Hispanic, and nearly 20% of the county's residents identify as African American. So you do see a higher instance of gentrification and displacement of African Americans in Harris County. And we've seen that throughout the country, actually throughout the world. But if we come on down some more, they have, okay, so that's all I think. I was trying to see who wrote this, but it's fine. Let me go back to the top. Oops. Let me go back to the top here. So they have this video. I said I'm not going to play that, but I'm going to click here on this link. And the things I'm saying that would be of a defamation type nature, they're not defamatory, because you can look this stuff up. The detective who was on that show did have inappropriate interaction with a woman who was the mistress of a man who committed a crime, a murder. And that was a conflict of interest on his part. So that's why he's no longer there working on that show. He disappeared and no one knew where he went. Well, that's what happened. So if you have one case of a detective who's on a television show set in Houston, Texas, in Harris County, they say one apple don't spoil the bunch, but in this case, with the long history of racism, like I said, and everything going on, and deception that happens in general, I am just always skeptical of quote unquote public servants, as they say here. So you had all the names listed. This was a communication they put out in the Houston Business Connections magazine. This was Saturday, December 22nd, 2018. They want people to RSVP. Let's see. It's hard to tell if it was free or not. You probably just had to RSVP. Maybe there was no charge to get in. But the names. So if you go down and look here at the names, County Clerk-elect Diane Trotman, that's a white woman. Judge-elect Toria Finch. So I'm gonna click on Toria Finch. You just click on the person's name, and then they'll have an official image of each of the judges. And I encourage everyone, not only in Houston, but seeing as Houston is like the 4th largest city in the country, it'd be important to look this up for other states and other states, other counties as well, just to get an idea of who is really not making the law, but enforcing the law and giving their final judgment. So this is Judge Toria Finch. They have information about her. Let's see. Let's see if this is another person. Okay, Judge Sandra Peak. Judge Tanya Jones. And you just click here and it just flips you through their digital magazine. Judge Angela Graves Harrington. Okay, I'm skipping past these pink people. Judge LaShawn A. Williams. And they give their voting record that this past election. They also give your, you can look up the information about their prosecution or defense record as a prosecuting attorney or as a defense attorney within Harris County or any other county that they've been associated with. Judge Cedric T. Walker. And then we have, let's see, I think that's it. So I'm gonna go back to the previous screen. So you see all these other names. You have Judge-elect Shannon Baldwin, Donna Roth, Erica Hughes, Cassandra Holman, Linda Marie Dunson, Jermaine Tanner, Ranisha Bowman, Scott Dollinger, Sharon Burney, Sonia Heath, Tanya Jones, LaShawn Williams is there, Sandra Peak, Janice Berg, Deshaun Jones, Cedric Walker, Latasha Lewis Payne, Abigail Anastasio, I think that's probably a pink woman, and this chip person as well. So they have put, some of them are not in that magazine and some of them are. That's interesting to me, but you know, I don't want to see any pink people. So they also have the communications, Aubrey Taylor Communications, I guess she's a communications director for this magazine, and she has her contact information here as well. But I thought it was important to bring this information to your attention. Please let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.